Welcome to Quinn's Next Step. I'm Quinn. Welcome to 2025. I'm back with a whole nother year full of episodes. We'll see what we get into. I'd like to first thank you all for taking the time, liking, subscribing, sharing the videos for the past year and a half. I greatly appreciate it. We're across platforms on X, YouTube, locals, and website, quinsnextstep.com.
Take the next step a little bit closer. Take the next step with Quinn. Take the next step, never stop learning. If falling down, then get back up and take the next step again.
First and foremost, I was encouraged by the California wildfires. Prayers and thoughts go out to those that were affected and their families. But I was encouraged to make sure that I clean the brush off my own property. So if you've liked and commented or shared a video on the channel, I've been encouraged. Based on the content I've created thus far, I enjoy the homestead projects and learning from local small businesses around town. If I've earned your subscription, I've been encouraged. I am encouraged by each gig I'm on, whether it be a live event in Austin, a conference in San Antonio, or a studio setting at the studios at Fisher for a music video. So I can't wait to take what I've learned at all the live gigs and implement them into Quinn's Next Step. However, it's a little easier said than done. I enjoy working with others, but many of these projects are solo projects. Early to rise, early to bed. So those that have helped me out with Quinn's Next Step, thank you. You've encouraged me. Hope to one day be able to pay back any favors that I have not already repaid. You watch podcasts? There's a few that encourage me. Definitely start off with the Reuben Report and the Locals Community PBD podcast. They have their 3-hour podcast and I can make it through maybe an hour, 2 if I'm stretching it before I'm just aching to get on to the next project. And also I'd shout out to Red Dirt Duke, had me on his podcast last year. Mike Rowe, independent with the small businesses and highlighting what others are doing. John Stossel, independent reporting, even though he's worked for the big wigs. But of course, Russell Brand, Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, among quite a few others. When I reported on channels I watch or video games that I play, sharing those with you guys, I felt more reactive instead of creative. Reaction channels are one way that our society can let those in power know that we're not buying their bull. And something that came to mind while I was writing this out is, you know, improvement, self-improvement. It's going to be a timeline, not a place in time. So as long as you're taking a step forward every chance you get, do it regardless of how many steps you might backslide. Just take it one day at a time. You know, I'm encouraged by my father. He's a Teamster truck driver from before I was born until retirement. But he was building computers, learning all the software ins and out of Microsoft. Did logistics for a prison ministry. Just this last year, he got deputized into the sheriff's department. And then he turned 70 this year. Never stopped learning. Just kept going, seeing how he can help out others in his community. Previous community, he was part of the CERT team, emergency response, helping out the police and fire department there. And so yeah, proud of you, Dad. Now my inspiration for Quinn's next step, that's gonna be my son Jackson. At 13, a lot of my content might not be quite for his age range yet, but one day he'll see what I did. He'll learn from it. Every time I fell down, every time I messed up, takeaways, disappointments, failures, and even the successes that I've had. So son is 13, dad is gonna be 70 this year, and I'm now 45. My grandfather passed away at 53, my mother at 62. My grandmother celebrates her 94th birthday here in a couple days, so happy birthday, Grandma. You've always encouraged me my entire life, whether I was in error or not. You've always hoped and prayed for the best for me. Appreciate it. You knew my struggles and you never hesitated to love me through all of them. Thank you, and I love you. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that have encouraged me in 45 years, obviously, from family, friends, pastors, teachers, co-workers. That's why I've never stopped learning, and I've always continued to adapt and trying to figure out where it is God wants me to be. In life and family and friends, in occupation. Reaching out to the studios at Fisher, I didn't think I had a chance. First interview and tour was pretty cool, and it's only a few minutes from my house. A few months after that interview, I got a second interview. Creative director Peyton Ware and property coordinator Lance Demuth, along with owners Pat and Tracy Drennan. And with that, thank you to everybody at the studios at Fisher for taking me in and letting me be part of your family. In addition to all the other crews I've worked with at ATX Event Systems, Zodiac Creative, and HC Productions. You've welcomed my family, given me an opportunity to continue my craft, to learn and engage with clients, keeping me humble while also increasing my confidence. And to the one without which none of this would be possible, to my wife, Becca, thank you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't even be contracting with others. I wouldn't try to be figuring out who it was I'm supposed to be in all this. In a few weeks, we'll celebrate our 14th wedding anniversary. For the first time in my entire life, we've lived in a place for more than 5 years. Growing with you, overcoming trials and upsets and missteps, seeking God's will in our lives for raising Jax, the forgiveness, the grace, the mercy. Our relationship has been refining and redemptive, and I thank God for you every day. Thank you for encouraging me to become the man, husband, and father that you know God wants me to be. I love you. So how long will I live? God only knows. From my childhood days watching Back to the Future, I learned how important family, timelines, and legacies affect individuals. Without my family, there'd be no next step. I hope I've encouraged you, and for such a time as this, let's take the next step.
Take the next step a little bit closer. Take the next step with Gwen. Take the next step and never stop learning. If you're falling down, then get back up and take the next step again.